When you're watching my videos or other big entrepreneurs' videos, it sure seems like we got it all figured out. I make videos based on my own experiences. I like to show the problems and things that I've made big mistakes on, and I also like to share the wins and the different things that have worked well for me. And the hope is that by sharing these things with you, it fast tracks your success so you don't have to go through the same trial and error. But here's the truth. There is so much that I don't know about business. And in fact, there's actually one thing that I'm 100% sure of. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you what exactly that is so that you're prepared and ready to handle it. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ryan Pineda. I'm a real estate investor and entrepreneur, and the goal of this channel is to help you live the wealthy way. If you go to wealthyway.com, you can get access to our free course, our free planner app, and our free Discord community, so go check it out. Now, as I said, when you watch my videos, you might think that I've got it all figured out, and that's just simply not the case. And the reality is your favorite entrepreneurs of all time have been the same way. Elon Musk doesn't have it all figured out. Jeff Bezos doesn't have it all figured out. You get the point. The big truth is that you're always in this constant stage of trying to figure things out. And to illustrate this, let me just go through some examples of my own businesses to show you what I mean. Initially, when you start a business, you have a product or a service that you feel really good about. And if you're a smart entrepreneur, you might make a business plan about how you're gonna go out and get your customers, what kind of marketing you're gonna do, and you're gonna hope that it plays out according to this plan. But I'll tell you from experience, almost none of my plans have played out the way that I thought they were. I had this great initial idea of what I thought a good product was and how people were going to respond to it, but by the time we finally went to market with it, we realized that things needed to be adjusted. It could have been the price, it could have been the product offering, it could have been the way that we marketed it, could be related to the employees and people that I needed for it. The point is, you're always going to be adjusting as time goes along. To give you an example, when I first started my real estate education company, Future Flipper, I initially did not want to do any coaching. I was so busy building out my own house flipping and wholesaling company that I just didn't feel like I had time to go coach people one-on-one and worry about their business as well. I was still in this stage of figuring out how far I wanted to scale my own business. And so I created an online course and said that was gonna be it. And I figured it'd be a win-win for everybody. They'd get all the same tools and everything that I used to build my house flipping company to that point, and it wouldn't require any more of my time after I created the initial course. Well, I soon found out that I was wrong on many different levels. For one, I wasn't marketing it at all because I didn't want to label myself as a guru, so many people didn't even know I had a course. For two, it was priced too high. Initially, I put the course for $2,000, and it was just too much for what people were willing to pay. And three, I realized that people just wanted a coaching product. Courses were great and all, but they were more than willing to pay a lot more money for coaching if I was to offer it. And so after having no sales for months and seeing my business plan just completely destroyed, I said, let's try a different path. If I don't want to go and coach and have one-on-ones, maybe I can just have an event instead and see how that goes. Well, from there, I decided to hold my first ever event that was at my old office. I held it for 10 people only because it was a really small office and that was all we could fit. And it was a one-day event. I charged $3,000 per ticket, and within 24 hours, I sold every ticket just on my Facebook and Instagram following. And that was kind of mind-blowing to me because I made more in that event than I made from any of the courses months previously. And I didn't expect that many people to want to join an event that quickly. And so that was a huge win for me on the early stages to show that I could make $30,000 in just one day. But here's the thing, once you get good information like that of something that clearly worked, then you got to figure out what's the next step because the whole business plan has been blown up. And what's funny is even after the initial success of that event, I still did not use the information that I got from it to hold another event. I didn't offer any of those people coaching. I just continued to have my course out there and not promote it. And it wasn't until a year later that I finally held another event. And this time I decided to do it in Big Bear, California. I invited 10 people to go stay at my cabins. We were gonna go learn. I was gonna do it for 2 days this time. And it was really fun. I charged $5,000 for this one because it was a 2-day and there was a lot more included. And we sold that one out within a couple of days. So clearly there was a demand for events, but for whatever reason, I just wasn't looking at it because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with education. Well, to fast forward things, after that event, I realized that there was a way to do coaching that was not one-on-one. My biggest fear for why I didn't ever get into it was because I didn't want to have to hold people accountable. It's just not my style, and I didn't want to spend all my time doing one-on-one sessions because I know that's not scalable. I only have so many hours in the day. Well, I started to talk to a few mentors, and they told me that group coaching is the solution. It's scalable, It doesn't require as much of your time, and people are still getting a ton of value as long as you structure it right. And so this is when I created my all-star coaching program. It was at the end of 2019, and I said, here's the deal. I'm gonna do a group coaching model. Whoever wants to join, here's all the things included, and we're gonna continue to get better over time as we figure out what people want. I had 8 people sign up for that coaching program with the promise of that we would figure things out as time went along. Back at that time, we didn't have accountability coaches. We didn't have any kind of mastermind events. We didn't have all the courses we have today. We didn't have all the multiple Zoom calls. We didn't have the network. It's not even close to what the program is today. In fact, we have over 150 students in that program now, and the price point has more than doubled. So things have changed dramatically for everyone, but the point is, we have been figuring it out along the way. We didn't know how it was all gonna play out. All we could do was adjust to the feedback we were being given by the students and just continue to try and get better and better each and every day with the program so that we're providing the most value. And the truth is, even to this day, we are still just figuring things out. Our events keep getting bigger and bigger, and so now we've got to figure out how to throw events at a large scale. You wouldn't believe all the things that go into it with booking the hotels, the audio, the video, the food, making sure the itinerary is on point, scheduling guest speakers. There's a whole lot of stuff that we've never been trained on that we just have to figure out as we go along. And what's funny is, since I started that coaching program, we started another one called our Rookie Program, and our course sales also improved as time went along and my social media got bigger. But what's crazy is, as we've accumulated this data, having more students in coaching and then having more people buy courses, we start to see trends of what works and what doesn't for student success. And it pains me to say this, but the reality is many people who buy a course don't actually go through it. They get all hyped up to buy the course, but for whatever reason, they don't go through it. And so even though selling courses has been really profitable for us, I recently made the decision to just get rid of all of them. And I didn't get rid of them in the sense that the courses no longer exist. I got rid of them in the sense that they were a product that you could buy by itself. That is no more. The only way to get those courses is by getting coaching now. And the reason is, we've realized that people who get into coaching are far more likely to succeed than people who just buy a course. And that's just giving you an example of everything we've had to go through to this point to get to our current level. Now, even at our current level, where we've been doing almost $500,000 a month pretty consistently, we are still trying to figure out what is next. Do we create another program beyond All-Star, something for people who are just doing insane numbers? How many more people do we have to hire as the company grows? How do we plan to scale our marketing? Are we gonna finally go into paid traffic and figure all that out? Or are we gonna try and grow our affiliate side? We've always been terrible at running Facebook ads, and we've never even tried to do YouTube ads, so these are all new things to us that we'd have to figure out. And that's my whole point with all this. You are going to always be in a constant stage of figuring things out. It's hard figuring things out when you're just getting started and you don't know what your product's gonna be, and it's also hard figuring things out when you've done a good job and now you gotta figure out what the next level looks like and how you're gonna get there. Because it is so true that whatever's got you to your certain point is not what's gonna take you to the next level. It's always going to be different adjustments and changes as you grow. And that's actually a good thing, because if it was easy, then anyone could do it. In business, we get paid to solve problems. That's how we make a profit. So I'm constantly thinking about all the various problems in all my companies and figuring out how can we create solutions to those problems, both within our business and problems our customers have. How can we create products and services that solve their problems? And then once we figure out how to solve those problems, it then inevitably leads to a new problem to solve. So if it always feels like you're putting out fires, then congrats, you're an entrepreneur. Get used to it, because the problems keep getting harder and harder to solve, but the rewards keep getting bigger and bigger. So learn to enjoy that part of the game. If it was easy, it wouldn't be any fun being an entrepreneur. But anyways, I hope that shed some light on what the truth is for entrepreneurs, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe if you did, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.